G'day guys, welcome back to the beautiful snowy mountains, also known as the high country. Now we're out here for a pretty solid 4-day mission. We're going to be hiking deep into the wilderness area behind me. We're going to be making our way over to that mountain in the distance. It's meant to be absolutely stunning over there, so I'm really excited to go check it out. There's also a beautiful river that flows through this valley below me, and I've got the fly fishing rod, so we'll chuck a few flies and hopefully get a trout to bite. But it's beautiful weather to be out in the high country. We're in the middle of April, it's Easter time, and it honestly is just absolutely stunning. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. I've been wanting to come to this area for a bloody long time, so yeah, really excited. Also, I've got some pretty exciting gear to show you guys, like this backpack that we've been working on, so yeah, stick around for that. At the moment, it's after lunchtime. I've got a big day ahead of me, so let's go get amongst it. Man, it is a beautiful day to be out in the mountains. I honestly love this time of year up in the high country. But yeah, it's about 1:30, so we are definitely behind schedule. It took bloody ages to get down here. Left home at about 3:30 or 4 o'clock. It took well over 7 hours. So, and by the time you sort of pack all your gear up and you actually hit the trail, it's already after lunchtime. So yeah, kind of already chasing my tail because I wanted to do a fair bit of fishing today. Got to try and hike around about 10 k's up this river and also fish. So not quite sure if we're going to be able to get that done, but we'll see how we go. Because I think sunset's around about I think 6 o'clock. So yeah, less than 5 hours. Gosh, we're definitely going to be pushing it. Man, not a bad spot. You've got to love the high country. Alright, so we've got the fly rod rigged up. Now we'll just start making our way up river. It's about 2:30, so yeah, I'm definitely not going to make it as far as I wanted to, but we'll just start making our way up and see where we end up. Now the fishing in the high country or in the snowy mountains this season has been particularly bad from all accounts that I've heard. Apparently it's meant to be one of the worst seasons we've had in decades, so I'm not super hopeful that we're going to catch something, but we'll give it our best shot. Alright, because I'm not wearing long pants, I'm just going to chuck some gaiters on because it does feel pretty snaky. A lot of long grass and it's still pretty warm out. I'm sure there's some snakes sunning themselves. Yeah, I do have long pants in the bag, but I decided to wear shorts for this trip, like mainly for the walking, just because I figured there's going to be quite a few sort of river crossings, and it's so much easier just walking through the water with these shorts on and then with these shoes. So I don't really care if these shoes get wet. Whereas if I was wearing my leather boots, if they get wet, then they take weeks to dry. So this seems to be a bit of a better system when I'm sort of crossing rivers. Alright, well, might look a little bit funny, but hopefully it'll keep the snakes away. Well, just saw my first big trout. He was just hiding behind this rock. As I was walking up the bank, just sort of like sighting the water, he scooted across to this boulder over here, but I'm pretty sure he saw me. He was good size as well. So at least I know there's a few good boys up here. Let's just see if I can catch them. Alright, so I just saw a fish just hit the surface. Just going to see if I can try and get around these rocks. I can't go up top because I'll spook it. a really nice deep pool here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. It's right where I saw him. Might have spooked him when I was walking around before. Oh, I just had a strike. Come on. Well, no luck with the fishing. It's about 4:30, so I think I might try and find a camp now. There's no way in hell that I'm going to make it up to my intended destination. It is still a trek and a half, so I think we might just try and find a camp around here. And then tomorrow what we might do, rather than sort of like following the river, I might actually go up on top of this ridge because there's a trail that will take us all the way around to the mountain that we want to get to. So let's go find camp. Well, this looks like a bloody great spot for camp. Nice view down the river, still got some sunlight. Nice flat spot for the tent. This will do just nicely. So after my last trip where I got like a million holes in my air mattress, I went out and bought a new one. So I got the Nemo Tensor, and I think the I value of this is around about 5.5 from memory. So it's a good all season air mattress. I haven't used it yet, so I'm pretty keen to see how it goes tonight. Hopefully it's comfy. Well, cheers boys and girls. Thank you Stone and Wood for sponsoring this video. How good is this? And what a beautiful evening. I absolutely love like dusk time out in the high country. It's such a beautiful time of the day. I think we're going to get a lot of stars tonight, which will be nice. It's like barely a cloud in the sky. I think for the rest of the weekend as well, it's meant to be like really nice and sunny. So we've got some pretty good weather in store. Yeah, it feels good to be back out here. It's been a while since I've been up in the high country. I think my last camp up here was probably about this time last year. Feels good to be back. I love this place, eh? I really look forward to these trips. Over the last few years, I've really fallen in love with the high country. Something special about it. I'm sure to a lot of people watching, they probably just think it's just a bunch of hills. But when you're out here, it's it's got a really nice feeling to it. Yeah, it feels good to have that fresh mountain air in the lungs. I think it's about time we get some grub on. Alright, so for dinner I'm going to keep it pretty simple. Just going to cook up one of these Campus Pantry creamy chicken pastas. Oh, and also I've got some freeze-dried mushrooms and beans and peas to chuck into it. Man, it is chilly. It's getting pretty cold. Hope I bought enough warm clothes. That's where the weather report said it was going to get down to about 7 degrees, but already it feels colder than that. And that is dinner. Looks pretty tasty. Yum. That was a very cold night. It is freezing. Well, to prove how cold it was, my socks are frozen. There's a little ice on it, and they they're pretty stiff. I definitely do not want to put these things back on. Should have bought some Crocs or some thongs or something. That beautiful, beautiful sun. Oh, I'm so glad it's sunny. That was a bloody cold night, eh? I thought the lows were meant to get to around 5 degrees from what I was reading, but that was definitely below zero. When I woke up to go to the toilet during the middle of the night, pretty much everything was frozen. So she was very, very chilly. And I didn't bring like a beanie or any gloves or anything with me. And I also bought probably not the right sleeping quilt. I was actually going to bring my Neve Gear Waratah quilt, which is like a good sort of winter quilt, but I decided to not bring that. And I bought my Allerton one, it didn't quite cut it. It was a little bit chilly all night. Well, the new mat went pretty well. A little bit slippery though. I kept kind of sliding off it, but I am on a little bit of a slope here. But it seemed to do pretty well. Although I feel like the Cedar Summit mat is probably a bit comfier than that one. But it was only my first night, so give it a bit more of a test run over this weekend. But we'll get some brek into us, and we'll try and hit the trail pretty soon. Got a pretty big day. I think we've got about 16 kilometres to walk today, so a bit of a trek. We'll try and get camp packed up pretty soon. Alright, so we've hit the fire trail, or the management trail. So we'll just follow this for the next 15 k's or so. And it should take us to Mount Jagungal. Well, there she is, Mount Jagungal. That looks like a pretty solid mission to get all the way around and up to the top of that peak this afternoon. It's already about 12:30, so we might be pushing it, but we'll give it our best shot. So we're walking for about 2 hours so far. And I think I'm around about a third of the way. But keep in mind the sort of last section is going up the mountain. I think it's about a 400 metre elevation gain, so it's going to be a bit of a slog to get up there. But probably another about 4 hours worth of walking today. But the problem is, I'm actually starting to get a bit of chafing on the inside of my legs, which I don't usually get. I don't have any Vaseline on me, so I'm going to get some Leuco tape or Elastoplast out of my first aid kit, try and sort of tape up the inner part of my thighs, and that way the skin's not sort of rubbing against each other. So hopefully that does the job, because I've still got a lot of kilometres ahead of me this weekend. If it gets any worse, then it's going to be a pretty painful weekend. So hopefully this does the job. But you guys don't need to see me taping that up. So just ran into a couple of people on the trail. One of the guys was actually wearing a Whipper pack, which is pretty cool. For those who don't know, this brand's called Whipper, and I've been using these packs for about a year now. They decided to jump on board and sponsor the channel about a year ago. They've been absolutely awesome to deal with. The team there is honestly bloody great. And I mentioned a couple of months ago that we're going to start working on a pack, and this is the first prototype. It's pretty much almost there. There's a few little tweaks that I want to make change to it, but in terms of the colour and the sort of main features of it and how it's carrying, I'm absolutely loving it. It's honestly, like I'm really stoked with how it's turned out. It's like, sits nice and comfortably. I've got about 16 kilos in it at the moment with all my camera gear and fly fishing gear, and yeah, carries really nicely. So very pleased with it. Like I said, there's just a few little tweaks that we want to make to it, just like some of the straps I just want to make it a little bit longer just to allow some gear to sort of be attached to the outside. But apart from that, I reckon it's almost good to go. So yeah, keep an eye out. I think in the next sort of month or so, I reckon we'll be get pretty good to release it. So very keen to get it out there. I think a lot of you guys are going to really like this pack. It weighs under 1 kilo. I'll show you guys a little bit later on, if you guys a bit of a sort of quick little overview. But yeah, so far so good. Man, running out of breath. It's hard work trying to hike and talk to a camera at the same time. Whew. And I'm buggered. Walking for a bit over 3 hours now. But Jagungal is definitely within sight now. There is a hut just up here, so we might go over there and have some lunch. Oh man, this chafage is killing me. Not quite sure how I'm meant to get through the next couple of days, but a lot of pain. Man, this is such a cool cabin. Really nice fireplace. Look at all the wallpaper. It's just old newspapers. That is awesome. You can spend hours, like literally days in here just reading all this material. It's pretty good when you're snowed in, you got something to read. Man, it's definitely one of the best little huts that I've come across. It's really well kept. Here you go, so please take care of these irreplaceable 1936 newspapers until there is a chance to get them covered. 1936, that is bloody cool. Look at the photos. How's the fashion? And the haircuts as well. Man, they loved their glamour shots back in the day, didn't they? How's this old chap? He's looking very dapper. This is sick. This is such a cool cabin. Let's have a look at the fireplace. Plenty of wood, which is always handy. I'm guessing that's O'Keefe. Yeah, Rod O'Keefe, original builder. Oh, is this little gin that's on it? Yeah, gin, yeah. So the hikers that I met on the trail just before, they said they left a little bit of gin. That is cool. Man, look at that plate. Oh, that is a beautiful plate. And there's so many cool things in there. Well, it feels good to get that pack off. How nice is having a seat as well. Luxury. And I'm so keen just to perch up here for the rest of the afternoon. Just chill out. Been a pretty big walk. Like I said, just the chafage on my legs is just absolutely killing me. I think I might take a bit of a breather here and have some lunch. You gotta love the high country huts. Such a cool part of our history. And it's pretty awesome that these places remain. Like a bunch of them have burnt down, but they generally get rebuilt as well. So it's pretty cool to sort of continue the heritage. This is built in 1933. Some of the ones out here are even older than that, dating back to the 1800s. Can't even imagine what it would have taken for these guys to get out here back in the day. Like, it's a bloody slog for me to get out here in 2025. It would have been some pretty hardy men and women. Alright, lunchtime. Farewell, old hut. I could honestly just stay there all afternoon. It's actually really nice just chilling out in there. But we've still got about 5k's to do. It's about 7.5k's to the top of the mountain, but it's getting pretty close to 3 o'clock. So I'm not quite sure whether we're going to be making it to the top of the mountain or not. Might have to camp at the base, and then maybe tomorrow tomorrow morning we'll hike up to the top. we'll see how we go. Alright, so we made it to the trailhead that takes you up to the top of the mountain. Now, I'm not going to have enough time to make it all the way to the top, I don't think, but I've got around about an hour till sunset, and I'm thinking it could be pretty cool to sort of hike up to just that little ridge line up there. Looks like there's some nice granite boulders, and they give me like a really nice view for sunset. Great spot for an afternoon bevy, so pretty keen to try and do that. I've got to get some water first. I'm running out of water, and there's obviously no water up there, so I think it's a creek down here, so I'll fill up my water bladder with that, and we'll try and punch up there for some afternoon beers. Alright, so we'll load up with 3 litres of water, which also means 3 extra kilos of weight, but let's see if we can try and punch it up there. It's going to be a race against the clock, but if it works out, I think it's going to be a really nice camp. I am rooted. Oh man, that was a bloody slog. Oh man, what a view. Oh, that is unbelievable. Oh man, the things we do. Far out. Have a go at this. This is going to be one hell of a campsite. Man, that views for days. That is absolutely epic. Oh man, that was an absolute slog to get up here. Like, we're pushing through like head high scrub. Oh man, has it paid off, eh? It was definitely worth it. What a spot. This is going to be an incredible campsite. Well, I can't really think of a better place to enjoy a nice cold bevy. This is definitely a well-earned bevy after today. Cheers guys, nice frothy one. Definitely one of the better views I've seen. That was an absolute slog to get up here. Honestly, like the last couple 100 meters, I was just dying, but man, it was so worth the day. Well, it's about 7:45, so I'm going to have a bit of an early night. It's been a pretty big day. But I was actually just trying to deal with like the chafing on the inner thigh, and man, it is so bad. Like I wish I could show you guys, but you know, I would sort of turn this into a bit of an OnlyFans episode. But man, yeah, it's so red, and I'm so sore, like on both thighs. So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. It's going to be a really painful hike out of here. I've got about, I think, close to like 20 kilometers to sort of like, by the time I hike up here and then hike out, yeah, it'll be about 20 Ks. So yeah, we'll have to see how we go. Hopefully it heals a little bit tonight, but time will tell. But before I go to bed, I'm going to have some of this. I've never had this before. When I was in the shop, when I was buying the campus pantry food, yeah, they had this on the shelves, and I thought, this looks pretty interesting. So it's meant to be ice cream. It's like dehydrated ice cream. So I thought I'd, give it a go and show you guys what I think. The girl in the shop said, like, it's obviously doesn't have the texture of ice cream, but it's more the flavour. How strange. Wow. That actually tastes like ice cream. And that's nice. That is really nice. Got the raspberry flavour. Well, there you go. Freeze-dried ice cream. That's a first for everything. Alright, see you guys in the morning. Man, what a beautiful place to wake up to. It has been a gorgeous morning. Just been sitting on these rocks for like the last half an hour, just chilling out, just looking over the view, and there's just been not a sound. Like there's been no wind, no birds, it's just been completely silent. It's a pretty cool feeling when you just sort of sit up here just looking out of like such an expansive view and there's just not a sound. And it's a pretty special place. You can see all the way over to the main range, which is where Mount Kosciuszko is, which is Australia's tallest mountain. I'm so glad I pushed on yesterday afternoon and made it up here for camp, because I think this has definitely made the trip for sure. Had a beautiful night last night as well. When I went to bed, the stars were just absolutely beaming. There's so many stars out, and then we had sort of like not a full moon, but almost a full moon come up throughout the night. And when I got up in the middle of the night to go to the toilet, it was just so stunning. Like once again, there was just not a breath of wind. It was so silent and so quiet and still. It's a pretty special place, eh? Definitely one of the more special places I've ever camped. I think I might go back and have some brekkie. So a question I get asked pretty regularly is how I clean up my pans and stuff, because especially after cooking bacon, you've got all bacon grease in there. Obviously, I don't really have any running water around here. So what I usually do is just grab some like dry dead grass and basically just use that as like a scourer just to soak up all the oil and all the bits. Now if you're camping on like a sandy riverbed or a beach or something, you can also use sand, or even use like dirt or just like leaf litter, just lying around the bush. I've just got a microfiber towel, which is like my tea towel. So yeah, there you go. Alright, so we're going to hike up to the summit now. Now to save some weight, I left most of my gear just under this little shrub here, so fingers crossed it's still there when we come back. So I'm back where I left all my gear, and thankfully everything's still here. And yeah, such beautiful views from up top. I was actually up there probably for like an hour or so, just chilling out and just soaking it all up. There was obviously a few people up there because it's a Easter long weekend, so it is a bit of a popular sort of circuit, this one. But I actually ran into two groups of people who watch the channel, so it's pretty cool just sitting down and having a chat to them. So if you guys are watching, it was nice to meet you. But yeah, I've just packed everything up in my bag now, so we'll probably start making a move. I'm not quite sure where the destination is for tonight, but we'll just keep walking until we find somewhere nice. Well, it's about 3 o'clock. I'm just trying to figure out what the game plan is for this afternoon. So I don't know if you guys can sort of see in the distance, but that mountain in the distance there is actually where the car park is. So honestly, could probably walk on out this afternoon. Like, I did intend to start here for 3 nights and 4 days, but I'm almost at the end already. And the issue with this sort of last stretch is it doesn't look like there's any rivers or streams or any streams on the topo map. So I'm already starting to run out of water. So yeah, if I can't find any water, then it's going to make for a bit of an uncomfortable night. So yeah, not quite sure. I'll just keep walking for a little bit longer. It just means that it's going to be a bit of a big trek. I think today would have been, if I make it all the way to the car park, that's probably around about 19 Ks I've done today, as well as 19 Ks yesterday. So it's been a big couple of days. And it's a beautiful time of day. Walking these high country hills. Beautiful golden sunlight. But I'm thinking we might push on here to the end. Like, we're only about sort of 4 kilometers away from the car park, and there's not really many good campsites around here, and no running water. So yeah, a little bit of a shame to cut the trip short a day early, but it'd be nice to get home a little bit earlier and see the family for Easter. Well, we finally made it. That was a proper slog. I've definitely put the old chicken legs to work this weekend. I feel like I've covered quite a few kilometers. Anyway guys, that was a pretty epic weekend. Awesome views. It's always nice to get out in the high country. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I want to say massive thanks to all you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hooroo.